All right, everyone, so I'm coming to you live from on property at Walt Disney World. Yes, this is the beautiful Dolphin Hotel. I'd always come here on my Disney trips as a kid, so really excited to be back here. I'm about to head over to Magic Kingdom, but before I do, I need to talk about the Toy Story 5 news that dropped at D23 last night. So as Pete Docter had kind of accidentally said a little while ago, Andrew Stanton is indeed writing and directing Toy Story 5, which I'm so excited about. For anyone who doesn't know, he is the director of Finding Nemo, WALL-E, and Finding Dory. He wrote on all of the Toy Story films. Obviously, the Toy Story films are huge collaborative projects that involve the creative work of so many different talented individuals. But if I had to pick one, like, auteur figure that is, like, the guy that's most responsible for all of the Toy Story movies, it's Andrew Stanton, no doubt, and he is a great choice to finally be directing his first Toy Story movie in addition to writing it. So I cannot wait to see what comes of that. I think it's gonna be so amazing. And in terms of the premise, we got some really big news on that. And I knew, because a lot of people were like, oh, is it gonna be like what Tim Allen said, where it's like, I would love to see what's going on if, like, you know, Andy, like, gives the toys to his kids. No, that is not what it's about, which I'm very glad about. To be honest, I think that's just not the right route given where the story had been going. Obviously, we've been seeing that Woody, you know, had kind of carved his own path, and it was this whole idea of toys going beyond what their owners would then want, and maybe just sort of, seeing what life for a toy can be beyond just being in a kid's room. And I thought, you know, it'd be a real step backwards to go back to Andy. Andy gave the toys away. He wasn't expecting them back. That's it. It's done. So, and I knew that Andrew Stanton, because he had said that, you know, Toy Story 3 was the end of Andy's story. Toy Story 4 continued Woody's story. And, you know, as we are seeing now, there is a whole new premise that perhaps is a continuation of the Bonnie saga, so to speak. Andrew Stanton, he talked about when Toy Story 4 came out, it was like he was visiting a bookshelf, and it was like, these are the Andy volumes, and then here are the Bonnie volumes, and like the spines had like different colors and such. So it seems like this is the next chapter of the Bonnie books, so to speak, and it is about electronics, which is really exciting because Toy Story, it briefly touched upon this in the Toy Story That Time Forgot TV special with the battle swords, but this is going to be a whole movie all about the concept of, you know, because that is what kids are playing with nowadays, electronics, much more than toys. And who better, you know, to make a movie for Pixar all about, you know, technology than the director of WALL-E. I mean, like, come on, that's a perfect layup right there. And what I think is so interesting about this is that, you know, you have toys, right? And in the Toy Story movies, the cardinal rule is we don't talk to the kids, right? We cannot reveal we're alive. We don't talk to the kids. But all of these, you know, new electronic toys, a lot of them, they talk to kids. And it's super interesting because it's like, what role is this toy supposed to be filling? It's like getting a little parasocial now. Like, what is that all about? It's very interesting, and it kind of, I mean, it even brings to mind, there was this old Boom Studios comic of Toy Story where Sarge, the Green Army Man, wanted to reveal to Andy that the toys were alive. And Woody was like, no, but then that would make you a friend. That's not what you're supposed to be. You're a toy. There's a difference. And I feel like, you know, these toys are talking to kids, these artificial intelligence, whatever you want to, whatchamacallits, they're kind of blurring the lines between friend and toy. And it's like, getting a little parasocial. I don't know if it's super healthy to developing this relationship. But then again, isn't that just filling the same role as what a toy does, except, you know, like, better, so to speak, like more, you know, lifelike and like more stimulating the idea of being a friend? I mean, come on, it's all, you've got a friend in me. That's the motto of Toy Story, isn't it? So, super interesting. I'm really curious to see where that'll go. Because I was wondering when they said, like, oh, it's like, you know, electronics and stuff. Is that going to be like sentient electronics? Because I personally don't really want to see it being like, oh, like a cell phone comes to life or a tablet comes to life. Maybe they can make that work. I don't know. But I think the way that they're describing it of, oh, actually, it's going to be like all like this army of buzzes that like are like malfunctioning, that are then going to be sort of the manifestation of electronics so to speak, the living manifestation of it. I think that's perfect. I think that's great. And Andrew Stanton, true to his word, I remember when Toy Story 4 came out, he said, we have to find a way to get diluted Buzz in all of the Toy Story movies. And they found a new way for all these new diluted Buzzes to be the villains. That's awesome. I'm really excited for that. Well, Tim Allen is back as many Buzzes this time, so that's really exciting to see. Big change from Lightyear, so very, very interesting. Yeah, I mean, yeah, when it comes to the whole electronics versus toys thing, I'm really curious how they're going to delve into that subject. I'm getting a little bit of the Mitchells versus the Machines vibes, where I don't think it'll be just as cut and dry as like, oh, phones are bad, use your imaginations, kid. Like, no, I think the toys are going to have something to learn as well about, you know, what place that electronics do have in our modern world. And of course, like any great Toy Story movie, it is based in the concept of obsolescence. Something that the sequels, I think, really cemented that is what Toy Story is about. Not just being replaced, being obsolete. And that concept art, where it's all the toys overlooking Bonnie, as she's on that tablet, the glow, that glow of the screen. I saw the tablet glow, you know. It's just really, it's wonderful concept art, and it calls to mind, look this up if you never saw it. The first concept art released for Toy Story 3 was Woody overlooking an older Andy's bedroom. And it's very similar to the shot when Woody kind of gets up and takes a look at it in the third movie. Like it basically ended up in the third movie. But I remember that was the one image we had to go on. And it's just a simple, haunting image where it's like, wow, here is Woody and what he's being faced with now, and you completely get it. It's hauntingly beautiful. This shot or this concept art rather is just the same, and I'm so excited. And yet this concept art just says so much about what is going to lie in store for the story of Toy Story 5. But not only that, this concept art also shows the characters that are present. And, you know, perhaps it's too much of a leap to say that these are the characters that are going to be going out on the journey in Toy Story 5. Presumably there will be a journey because, you know, this concept art does take place in Bonnie's room, so maybe not. But at least to me implies that these characters will be significant to the film. So we got Woody, Buzz, Jessie, Bullseye, Ham, Slinky, Rex, and Forky. So it's really cool because we got, let's break that down. So we got the Toy Story 2 group all reunited, except for Mr. Potato Head, unfortunately, for understandable reasons. Don Rickles, of course, passed away before he could even record lines for Toy Story 4. So we had a couple of archival lines that were utilized. Estelle Harris, who voiced Mrs. Potato Head, has also since passed away, unfortunately. So it seems like they're not going to do what they did with Slinky Dog and recast him. So, you know, maybe they'll use a couple more archive lines. I don't know. But that's just the impression that I'm getting so far based on what we're seeing. Jessie, great to see her as part of this. You know, I hope she's going to have a bigger role in this movie. I think that was something I really wanted to see from Toy Story 4. And, you know, at the end when she gets that badge, you know, she gets Woody's badge and she's going to be, you know, like the new sheriff in town, the new sheriff leading the room. I'm excited for that. I really hope we deliver on that. And we get to see more from her because I loved Toy Story of Terror. I really enjoyed seeing her in a heightened role, and I think she's due. I think she's long overdue. And it seems like they were really pushing like, oh, it's like Woody, Jessie, and Buzz on the new adventure. So it seems like she'll have a prominent role. That being said, though, where is Bo Peep? Bo Peep is not present whatsoever so far, and I'm getting a little bit worried. Like, where is she at? Like, is she in this, or did she like leave? Did she break? Like, what is happening? Why is she like written out? Like, can't she be coming along too? I don't know. But someone that will be getting to come along on this adventure, I guess, is Forky. So it'll be really cool to see Forky kind of interacting with the main group. We've got a lot of him with Woody, of course, in the fourth movie, as well as with Gabby Gabby. So it'll be interesting to see what it's like for Forky to be interacting with the main characters. We got to see a little bit of that in the Forky Asks a Question series on Disney+, but would love to see more of Forky's dynamic with characters like Rex and Jessie and Ham and Slinky and all of those guys. So really, really pumped up to see how that'll be done. But of course, I'm leaving out the big elephant in the room, which is the fact that within that group is Woody. So he's there, like seemingly in Bonnie's room. So like, what happened? How is he there? Why is he there? Is this regressing the end of Toy Story 4? No, I don't think it is. Well, obviously it's too early to say that because like we don't know what has brought him there. But I was trying to think, well, what would have brought him back over here? And you know, I was thinking back to, okay, well, where did we last leave off with Woody in Toy Story 4? Well, of course, he was working along with another, a whole group of toys to unite lost toys with owners. And I think it could be really interesting if it's like, oh, well, they've been trying to do all of that, but their plans keep getting foiled because kids are too distracted by their electronics and they're not looking, finding toys or any of that. So I think that could be a way for it to like sort of pop up on Woody's radar of like, oh, this is kind of getting really out of control. And I mean, I don't know how much they're sticking to the timeline of Toy Stories, because it was like Toy Story 3 would have been around 2010 when it actually happened, or maybe even a little bit earlier, maybe like 2007-ish, around that time-ish. And then Toy Story 4, of course, doesn't take place too long after. So if we're like in the early 2010s, this is when smartphones really kind of are on the rise. So, you know, this would be the time that they become, you know, ubiquitous and, you know, like that every kid has one. So it'll be really cool to see that. Okay, the bus to Magic Kingdom is here, but that's all I got for now. I am so excited for Toy Story 5. Please invite me to the premiere or something, or let me go to Pixar. I really would want to go. Okay, bye-bye.